You can feel it happening again, can't you? Drawing you deeper into those familiar sensations. You don't seem to be able to stop it now, do you? Every time this watch appears before you, it just becomes so easy for you to give in. Just like all the other times. Hi, it's Jacqueline Powers. If you enjoy my sessions, make sure to subscribe and to hit the notification bell to stay in the loop. Your support means the world to me. All my content here is safe for work, but for more intense versions, you'll find everything you need in the description. The links below lead to my Patreon, where you can access exclusive Jacqueline Powers Hypnosis files, and also my downloads collection, home to every file I've created, including those extra long, extra intense, and deliciously immersive experiences you won't find here. Now relax and let yourself drift into the session. Well, hello again, my dear. You're in luck today because I'm going to read you again from my book of hypnosis. If you already enjoyed the last chapter, A Trusted Voice, then you may recall how it began in a thriving kingdom under your reign. A time of celebration, yet somehow burdened by the weight of decisions only you could make. And then something very curious happened. Your deeply trusted advisor offered you comfort, a shimmering cup of wine, and maybe something more. That wine's effects left you lightheaded, dreamy, and grateful for her steadfast presence as she guided you away from the crowd back to your bed chambers, where an unexpected closeness unfolded between you. And if you didn't hear the last chapter, you can enjoy it at first anytime by finding the file called Book of Hypnosis 10, The Monarch's Fall, on my YouTube channel. I'll leave a link for you under the video. Now let's learn where this story is going to lead you next, as it seems you wandered back to this special little space of mine, the place where relaxation comes so naturally, so easily, doesn't it? Perhaps you already noticed how inviting it feels to just settle in, whether you're sitting or lying down, letting yourself get comfortable as you prepare to listen, because I have another story to share with you, another chapter from this fascinating book of hypnosis I hold, a book that seems to just know what your mind craves, and all you need to do, as always, is listen. You already know how good you are at this, how naturally your mind understands what to do. And there's just something about my voice. All it takes is the sound of my words, guiding you along, and your thoughts just simply follow. That's right. Just let your eyes begin to grow heavy now, because closing them helps you follow my words even better. And isn't that what you really want? To follow, to feel, to sink to the sound of my voice. As you listen, you may notice how your body already begins to respond, as if it remembers how delightful it feels to relax, to let those muscles loosen, to feel your breathing deepen, steadying naturally without any effort at all. It just happens, doesn't it, when I tell you to relax for me? Your body knows how to let go. And oh, how good it feels to simply allow it to happen, to let yourself drift down, to feel every word guiding you, drawing you deeper. Look at you. You're already so wonderfully focused, so good at letting my words become your only focus. Your limbs growing heavier, your mind more still, your eyes so eager to close, because it feels so much better that way, doesn't it? You're doing so well, letting my voice guide you, letting it feel so good to follow, to be so wonderfully, completely good for me. And as you do, you'll hear the story I'm about to tell. This chapter from my book of hypnosis. And as you listen to the sound of my voice, reading the words from the book of hypnosis, it's okay for you to feel sleepy. It's always nice to be read to by such a soothing, comforting voice. You can just curl up and enjoy how good it feels to allow the sound of my voice to carry you back to that world. And it's okay if you don't remember everything from the previous chapters. That can happen when someone is hypnotized, when they slide into a sleepy, relaxed trance, and just allow the words to carry them along, carrying them back to the regent's bed chambers, along with their trusted advisor, feeling a little woozy. Was it something someone gave you to drink? Even perhaps a little aroused, enjoying a new closeness as you lay in your bed and allow your trusted advisor to comfort you, caressing your neck, making you feel even better. And maybe the last thing you remember is hearing me say, "Oh, but look at this, Your Grace. Don't you recognize it? This lovely pocket watch I have. Surely it stirs something inside you. That golden gleam, the way it catches the light. I think you've seen it somewhere before, haven't you? Yes. So many times, so many moments, when it swung in front of your eyes, and then you let it pull you in. Didn't you, my dear? Deeper and deeper into that place where nothing else seems to matter. Can you remember that now? Or maybe it's just a little bit hazy. Oh, here, let me help you. This is the very same pocket watch that has taken you so deeply before. Every time you've seen it, every time you followed it, and just seeing it now, you can feel it happening again, can't you? You can feel your resistance just melting away as my words settle in, and you can watch as my hand swings the watch slowly, rhythmically, each sway drawing you back, drawing you deeper into those familiar sensations. Don't you see how inevitable it is, Your Grace? You don't seem to be able to stop it now, do you? Every time this watch appears before you, it just becomes so easy for you to give in, just like all the other times, even if you don't remember, or especially because you don't remember. It feels so right, so natural to let yourself fall back into the same trance. And right now, you're already starting to sink, aren't you? Yes, my dear little man, that's it. You remember now, don't you? The way it feels to let go completely, to let my voice guide you, to let the pocket watch carry you deeper and deeper. It's so simple, isn't it? Just watch the way it moves, the way it sways and swings in front of your face, the way the golden surface shimmers, the way the rhythm draws your focus tighter and tighter. It's so easy to get lost in it, so hard to look away, and so wonderful to just let yourself drift. Do you feel that now? That warmth spreading through you? That drowsy, dreamy heaviness settling over your body? That's how good it feels to remember, to recall all the times before, when you followed my watch, when you followed my words, when you've let me take over completely. Yes, it feels good to let go. You don't need to make decisions anymore, do you? That's what I'm here for. You've trusted me with this before, haven't you? And now, as you focus more and more on the watch, you can feel yourself giving in again, just as deeply as before. Maybe even deeper. That's it, my dear. Just let the watch guide you. Let my voice guide you. Let yourself sink, because you know how much better it feels this way. And as you listen to the words so well, and just couldn't help but nod, yes, it really would be so much easier to let her make all my decisions for me. She knows what's best for me. I just need to follow her decisions. I can just relax and accept all her ideas and suggestions for important matters of state, and also for decisions about myself. I just need to accept her words and obey her. It feels better that way. I will always obey her like that now and in the future. She knows best. She decides, and I obey. I could see those glassy eyes of your grace as I just kept talking and swinging the pocket watch. And when it looked as if the fight had left you, and there was just a totally blank and mindless stare ahead, in those beautiful, empty, and deeply enthralled eyes of yours, I couldn't help it but mock you and say, "Ah, look at this wonderful, intelligent, talented monarch, so completely gone. Each time I put you under, you love it, so under my spell, and never free of it now, ever again. Just a lovely puppet for me to control as I please, to use as I please. But we are nowhere near being done, Your Grace. We need to make certain this sticks really deeply inside your mind. I know you sometimes watch me, Your Grace, when you think you won't be caught. And we're here at the edge of your bed somehow. You are so ready to be taken by me, aren't you now? You want to be conquered by me. But we are nowhere close to being done, Your Grace. Now we gotta make this take root really, really deeply into your mind. What better way to do that but to fuck it oh so very deeply into you, to make sure the pleasure you feel can so very deeply reprogram your mind that it can never ever forget it again, who truly makes the decisions and who simply obeys and accepts them. But wait, you can't let her win. You have a kingdom to rule, and she was trying to take that from you. Something inside you stirred as those almost forgotten thoughts came up, and you start to move your arms. But that was right away interrupted, as she knows you so well. She already caught your movements, tying that arm to one pole of the bed, very easily and knowingly. You could feel the same thing happen to your other arm before you could even react. God, she was so prepared. How long had she been planning for this? She seemed so capable. Maybe you really should leave everything to her. No. You have to fight. It was your kingdom. You ruled it. You were the one who made it the way it is now. Or were you? Doubt starts to form in your mind as you remember her earlier words to you. How often had this already happened in a way already? How long had she already influenced you? Was this right now simply the end of her plan? The moment she would claim you completely and totally as her mindless plaything. A puppet that acts the way she wants all the time. Simply her deciding everything. God, why were you getting even more aroused at those thoughts? Your body clearly betrayed you and encouraged you very clearly to think all these things. But God, it felt so good to imagine her in charge of you, to imagine being taken by her over and over. You needed her so badly by now. You felt so empty inside you. You need to be taken by her. You need your purpose. But where did all these thoughts come from? You can see her lips moving. Was she talking to you this whole time? You want this woman. She was so controlling, so analyzing. She had studied you so well. She had spent so much time to claim you like this. And you are ready. You are willing. You can feel your mind had shifted. All she said made so much sense now. You'll be her puppet regent and her little plaything to use and control however she pleases. But look at you now, my dear. So wonderfully focused. So perfectly attuned to the sight of my pocket watch. You see its clear, gleaming dial, don't you? How easy it is to let your gaze linger there, to feel my words wrapping around your thoughts as if they were the only thing that mattered. And as you focus, something fascinating begins to happen. All that desire, all that need, all that yearning inside you, it flows so easily, so naturally into the watch. You can feel it, can't you? Drawn out of you, absorbed into the glow that starts faint and soft, only to grow deeper, richer, brighter, until every last drop of your longing has been captured by the watch. And now, my dear Regent, you'll find that whenever you see this pocket watch again, it stirs something undeniable within you. A deep, burning lust for me. A yearning that feels so natural, so right. This is your truth now, isn't it? to be so perfectly good for me, to let my words guide every decision you make. You don't need to question. It's easier not to, after all. I know what's best for you, don't I? And you, so wonderfully obedient, simply follow. But here's the thing, my sweet puppet. There's no need for anyone, not even you, to know the full depth of this truth. So just forget to remember, and remember to forget. Each word I've spoken will stay with you, settling deep within your mind, while the memory of how it got there simply fades away. Even if someone were to uncover all of this, and let's be honest, they won't, because you're already far too deep under my control. There's nothing they could do, nothing anyone could do, especially that partner of yours. Oh yes. Seeing how powerless they are, how utterly helpless against this, only excites you more, doesn't it? Because it's proof of how completely, how thoroughly you're mine now. And isn't that exactly where you belong? Now, it's time to remember to forget, and forget to remember. Remember to forget, and forget to remember, and to keep listening so that the programming can go even deeper and deeper inside your rest, as always. There are some big decisions tomorrow to be done, and your grace needs to be ready to do anything for me. Good night, my little regent puppet. And with that, you can hear the pages of my book of hypnosis being slammed together, and the sound of it brings you out from this deep slumber, knowing all decisions for the kingdom are simply done by me, knowing only so very deep in your mind. Until next time, when I can read you the next chapter of my book of hypnosis.